that was some shit. The pilot becoming a zombie right before our eyes? Nice shooting, Nick.
No problem, big guy. Sorry about the landing.
Anyone know where we are?
That's bullshit.
When it comes to Left 4 Dead 3, a lot of people including myself thought it was never in the works to begin with. But comes out that yeah, not only was it in the works, but there are real and official concepts of Left 4 Dead 3, which lets us know that Valve wanted to make it. And due to that, there are details on what the game was going to be like, and of course it just never happened to actually come out. But what would Left 4 Dead 3 look like? Because there are pieces of information as well as screenshots of the game out there. For starters, Left 4 Dead 3 was going to be much different than the last two episodes. If you played any of the last two games, you know that Left 4 Dead was primarily an arcade co-op zombie shooter. It had a campaign, but the biggest takeaway was its advanced AI and different gameplay elements that were way ahead of their time. Left 4 Dead 3 wasn't set to be anything like the past two games. This time it was set to be an open world game, similar to something like Days Gone but with a more advanced zombie AI. Additionally, there will be even bigger hordes of zombies, about a couple hundred of infected, and I would assume the speed of the undead will be a lot like their previous games, which to me will make it very terrifying. Basically, Left 4 Dead 3 was going to be similar to something like Days Gone, but with more focus on bigger hordes, and the zombie AI would have been superior to Days Gone as well. Apart from that, it was told that Left 4 Dead 3 would take place in Morocco, and with that came many screenshots of the environment so that we can kinda see how this project would stand visually. The only screenshots we can see are of this castle structure taking place in the Moroccan desert. So I'm not sure if this whole game was planned to be only in the desert, or if they plan to expand into maybe the city or maybe even populated areas along the way where we could perhaps see humans and different survivors that we could perhaps trade with or even recruit. None of those details were talked about from Valve's side, but since this was an open world zombie game, you could make the assumption that you could maybe see similarities from titles like Dying Light and others. Another huge possibility was that Left 4 Dead 3 could have had a co-op mode, including split screen and local co-op. And of course, online as well. Just imagine experiencing a major open world zombie game with not one, but two players. I mean, that's something that only a development team like Valve could do. And the best thing is that all of this happened from 2013 to 2017. So it was a time where Days Gone was still 2 to 6 years away and Dying Light had just came out. So very ahead of its time once again. Basically, think of all the features that are already in Left 4 Dead, from the gory melee combat to the AI and even the atmosphere. All of that would magnify with this third game. And that's pretty much all we have when it comes to details about this game. Valve ended up deciding to stop development at a certain point due to frustrations with Source 2. And also some mentions of the game being too expensive to produce, so it really is a shame because we don't have anything that resembles Left 4 Dead. I mean, World War Z kind of does that, but it is a much different game, and at the end of the day, I think it's a solid title, but not on par with what Valve had to offer. We're just at a point where I think Valve isn't making Left 4 Dead anymore. I would say it's more likely that we see something like Half-Life 3, because that game has far more support than Left 4 Dead 3 by a long shot.
Follow me.
Okay, go ahead.
I trust you. You look like a man who knows his donuts.
Oh, shut up, Nick.
I want to call you an asshole. I do.
Whatever, sweetie.
Regardless, this was the forgotten Left 4 Dead open world game that never came to fruition, and as much as we love to see it, we have to be honest with ourselves. It's just more likely that an indie studio takes on the task and actually makes it happen. I just don't see Valve attempting this game anymore. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and let's just see if we get a new zombie game in the future that's able to give us exactly what we want.
What the hell is with that crying?
A crying woman. What, do you think she's sad the mall's closed?
Shit ain't right. Be careful.
You alright? Can I help?
Oh shit, that bitch's getting angry.
Alice!
Back, back, back. Sweet Jesus. Out of my way! Oh shit, she's on my ass!
Molotov! Shit! Reloading!
Ooh, how you like me now?
You nailed it, Coach.